Witsit Gets It is the flat earther who started the tour around US last year with Nathan Thompson, but they didn't work so well together, so he continued the tour on his own. Or was he on his own? First of all, I want to thank all my patrons, members, donors and subscribers. All of you are important for me. Thank you very much. In today's video, Witsit will tell us his plans for the future, and he will present the most interesting man on flat Earth, according to Witsit.
In a world. What's up, everybody? So we got some pretty big news, so pretty cool stream. Tonight's stream is called, of course, RV for Truth. And we have a featured guest tonight. I was able to pull some strings, had to talk to a few presidents, and I got the most interesting man on flat Earth himself, the one and only. And so he will be joining us very shortly. So you guys know I took a break. So Chris and I traveled the US for every bit of 10 months. And then I've taken a bit of a break. Had a lot of stuff going on, moving parts, figuring out where I'm going to go from here. We're both just figuring out what we're going to do. We've kept a lot of things kind of to ourselves for the better good, I suppose. It's been a really chaotic 10 months. You guys have been with us for most of the ride, so you guys saw everything from harassment, assault to arrest, all simply for genuinely trying to help people out, right? Like, we found out that a lot of these lies have been covered up for a long time, so we're just trying to spread the truth. We're actually on their team, of course. We've got a lot of kickback, and needless to say, it hasn't just been from random zombified people on the street. Even we got flat earthers freaking out, coming at us, saying Chris is CIA and all this stuff. And I'm not going to give all the negativity too much light, but just the point I'm making is it was a pretty crazy journey.
How can Witsit be surprised over the fighting in a flat Earth and that not all flat Earthers agree with him because they have no model, they have no common theories, they can't agree on the most basic things about their fantasy flat Earth.
The big announcements, what I've been working on, and the reason that you haven't heard much from me is because I was putting these pieces together, deciding what's the right thing to do, praying about it, asking for wisdom and discernment, and for certain things to be opened up as to where he wants me to go from here. And we had a whole lot of stuff happen. It's been a whole lot behind the scenes. Coincidence theorists may say that it was just random, but of course it was not. The Father is much more in control than people may like to think. So here's what we have decided to do. I will just show you in the form of a very short video. Very short, so here it goes. Oh yeah, let's watch it again. So we decided that we would get an RV. Kai and I decided to get an RV. So
oh dear, I know where this is going. I'm so happy that I don't live in US because I don't think he will transport himself and that RV to Scandinavia.
So I haven't publicly said much about Kai and I and specifics, but scripturally speaking, we're married. Okay, and so you should know what that means. Scripturally speaking, we're married, and we've known this, and we've known that the Father knows this, and marriage is in the eye of the Father. You don't get married because of some piece of paper, or because of what other people think, or because of some stupid wedding that puts you in debt so you can go buy a little dress that also puts you in debt, and a ring, and everyone can talk about how cute they look in their pictures. That has nothing to do with it. So anyway, there you go. Scripturally speaking, we're married, and it seems self-explanatory as we were making decisions like this, right? So we decided to get an RV together. RVs are not cheap. RVs are not the simplest thing to maintain. So I will say over the last couple of days after getting it, I've done nothing but earn more respect from our for tonight's guest. But there's the deal. We got an RV. We plan on still traveling and still trying to get the word out there. Still trying to wake people up. We plan on basically doing a second leg of a tour, but a different type, totally different tour, different approach, different name, different everything. And hopefully the idea being that as the momentum builds, we will actually build a flat earth caravan that goes down the road and basically takes places over one by one.
Is he married or is he not? And to whom? I didn't get that part. But a flat earth caravan. Oh dear. A bunch of fools without work. Touring around US, terrorizing people. Oh dear.
I am flirting with the idea of the tour being that we hit universities everywhere. Like setting up outside of specific departments and basically like, tell your professor, I bet he can't debate me, and seeing if we can get the students to tell the teacher, and maybe we'll actually get one to come out and interact. But either way, so we're going to call it Universe, just flirting with the idea of the name of Universe Cities, as in like going to different cities, right? Universe Cities, and the misunderstanding of what the universe is, and the slogan being, we are the center. With that approach, you could probably engage a lot more people. Like, do you think that the earth could be the center of everything, etc. So that's what we're thinking. But anyway, there's kind of a brief synopsis. So now you guys know what's going on. Kai traded in her car, and we got a Jeep so we could flat tow it behind an RV. And we want to go glitch the Matrix. And we're not going to give up, and we're not going to let all the stupid little petty drama that's in the flat earth right now even be factored into any decisions. It's ridiculous. It's just stupid.
So you are going to visit universities. Do you think you can convince anyone on a university about your flat earth nonsense? You have no model, you have no theories that works, you have nothing. They will laugh at you. Oh dear.
Without further ado, the person that I've done this with for 10 months prior to making this decision, and the only reason I would have ever made this decision is with us tonight. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw him on. What's up, brother?
Hey guys, how's it going, man? My
Pretty
first
good.
time.
Yeah, man. Everyone's been waiting on you to say it's overdue.
Way overdue. But every time I hear your opening, I love it. It's like we're fighting with the slaves.
So the majority of the people on Earth is slaves, according to Chris. He who believes in a theory that have no proofs for anything.
The biggest question I got from everybody is like, okay, well, what do we do? And that's my question to everybody else is like, what do we do? How do we, break the matrix? How do we get people to wake up to the truth? Why is it so difficult for people to wake up to the truth? What do we need? What do we need to do as a community to wake people up? Why is it so difficult for people to, to see it? It's right in front of their face. You go outside, you take a deep breath. That debunks their model. Everything we did debunked their model. But when you go and they just they get so defensive, they get so angry when you try to take away their ball from them. And it's like, well, the question is, well, what is it? what is it going to do for me if it is flat? What do I get out of it if it is flat? And that's a question I ask everybody. What do you get out of it if it is flat? I'm asking the chat. I'm asking everybody that's watching. What can we do?
And that's the crazy part, right? It's individually very impactful to someone's life, I would say, like certainly spiritually. But until we get it out on a massive scale, there's nothing that can be done, right? Like that's how I view it. That's how I view it. Like it has to be glitched out, and I think history will reflect those who really went in the beast, the belly of the beast, and tried to glitch it out. I don't know what else to do. We're in a corner, man. We're in a corner, right? Like we're super censored. And Chris, you got to see the behind the scenes stuff, the all black Suburbans, the weirdos with suits and ties, the full bars. All of a sudden, everyone's phone goes blank.
Is it coming in like that for you? I couldn't hear you.
Chris couldn't hear Witsit. It must be CIA, NASA, Illuminati who have tapped this live broadcast. Oh dear. He's talking about the Matrix and so on. But you don't see the real problem for Flat Earth. Without any proofs, why should anyone believe in your nonsense? Instead of traveling around US in a RV, try to do some proper science and prove your claims.
Everyone in the world got to hear like the real flat Earth position. We're not a flying disc in space. That's dumb. No one thinks that, right? The Earth's geocentric, stationary, plain Earth. That's the center of everything. Sky moves over top of us. Earth's contained, effectively the basement. So we're not out in what we see in the sky, et cetera, et cetera. They learned about the Antarctic Treaty and the operations through the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and they know the real flat Earth position. If everyone had to hear that, even if it was like some, they were forced to listen to it for an hour, what % of people do you think would become flat earthers if the whole world's population got to hear the real information?
I know, but you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. We've all heard that. I don't know why I don't think the creator wants everybody to wake up.
I agree, and we'll get a little bit more into that when we go to Rockfin. We can talk more. You know what I'm saying? We can talk really what's going on, and we're clearly in a spiritual war.
So it's a spiritual war. Oh dear. Majority of people with some kind of belief in a god don't agree with you about your silly nonsense. But obviously God talks to Witsit and tells him to get a RV and travel around universities in US. Oh dear. That was all stupidity from Witsit and Chris I could stand for this time. So now you have met the most interesting man in Flat Earth according to Witsit. That was all for today. Hope you liked it. If you did, become a member and support the channel. Or subscribe, or just come back next time I'm showing a video. Have a nice day. Bye.